Do you remember when you were a kid and you didn't uh, study hard enough for an exam? So before the exam, you prayed. You prayed hard. To for God to help you, which is stupid. But anyways, well, it seems that that's what the current NYC mayor. That's what it seems that that's what he he had an interfaith meeting to launch, well, to bless the launching of his re-election bid, and one has to say that at least for now, he has he's the underdog because the Democratic candidate who a self-styled socialist, whatever that means, is appears to be the in the polls the leading candidate, which in itself doesn't mean much, because remember polls, they are like it's like a photograph of the moment, but it doesn't have any, polls don't have predictive power. They don't have predictive powers. That's why, remember in 2016, in June, Hillary was leading Trump by 10 points, but she lost, in the fall. So, but anyways, but in that, Mr. Adams had an interfaith meeting, and I mean by interfaith, I mean interfaith, because you had Christians, you had a pastor who compared Mr. Adams to Moses. So that's yeah. Well, he has a high opinion of himself. It's good to be self confident. If, in life, but one may say this is a bit too much. But anyways, he let himself be compared to Moses, and but there were a bunch of there were rabbis, there were imams, there were Rastafarians, there were Buddhist monks, there were Sikhs. Sikhs. The back in the days they used to mix them up with the Muslims. They wore that turban. They have a turban they call the dastar. Yeah, there were Muslims. There were imams. There were Rastafarians. Yeah, yeah.